I'll grab a seat.
Hello and welcome to www.papare.com, and you are tuned in live as Havelock Sports Club takes on Police Sports Club in the Clifford Cup knockout tournament final. After a couple of weeks of build-up and a couple of games, one semi-final, a quarter-final, we are now here at the grand finale, and it is the Police Sports Club defeating the Cup League champions and booking their place in the final, while Havelock Sports Club managed to book their place by defeating CHNFC. So it's Police Sports Club taking on Havelock Sports Club in the Clifford Cup Knockout Championship 2024 final. We are bringing you live action from the racecourse grounds, the International Stadium in Colombo. As the conditions here at racecourse look sublime. A bit of wind in the air, but apart from that, the sun is beating down on us, with temperatures expected to go to 37, but I doubt it'll go that far. However, the minimum is 21 and wind speeds of 9 kilometers per hour. Mostly sunny, and I'm sure it'll continue to be that way. The teams have had a great build-up. They have completed their warm-ups, and now they're in the sheds just moments away from kickoff. This is how the teams qualified for the final. The 4 quarterfinals, well, in fact, there were only 3 played, with Candy pulling out, and the CR received a bye through to the semi-final. The first quarterfinal saw Police Sports Club defeat Yafos. Havelocks managed a convincing win over Navy Sports Club 55-5, and CHNFC were made to work, but they somehow managed to get over the first hurdle against Army Sports Club, winning 35-27. In the semi-finals, Police defied all odds and managed to put away the league champions, defeating the Reds 40 points to 16. That was something that not many of us saw coming. But after that, it was after Police booked their ticket to the final, it was Havelocks who took on CH, and that was an extremely tight game. The game was a tie pretty much with about 15 minutes left, 27 all. It was contested neck to neck and blow to blow. And however, at the end, CHNFC did not manage to hold on, as a fell short, and Havelock Sports Club pushed away to record a 10-point victory. So Havelocks managed a 37-27 win, and that helped them book their place in the final. And now it's the grand final here at Racecourse. Police Sports Club taking on Havelock Sports Club. Before kickoff and before introducing the teams to you, we will go in for a quick commercial break, and on the other side with live action.
Catch the action of the Sri Lanka Tour of Bangladesh 2024 live. Enjoy 3 T20 matches, 3 ODI matches and 2 Test matches from 4th March to 3rd April. Live on Dialogue Television, the Papare TV. Dialogue, the official sponsor of the national cricket team.
India ආධිපත්‍ය බිඳලීමට එන ඉංග්‍රීසීන්. ඉංග්‍රීසීන්ට පසු නොබසින ඉන්දියානුවන්. එංගලන්ත කණ්ඩායමේ ඉන්දීය සංචාරය. ටෙස්ට් තරඟ 5කින් සමන්විත ද්වන්ද්ව සංග්‍රාමයේ ආශ්වාදය. පෙබරවාරි 2 වෙනිදා සිට මාර්තු 11 වෙනිදා දක්වා සජීවීව The Papare TV සහ Dialogue View app ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ අංක 1 ක්‍රීඩා නාලිකාව.
First and exclusive.
I've been here 2 days and I've been almost murdered twice. That's 1 per day.
What is going on?
I train you to become warriors, but you have never faced anything like this.
If you can give me the location, I can get him out of the country. It's too dangerous.
Where is everyone?
We're gonna have to figure this out.
Who the hell are they?
I work for Dracula.
What? You're like the guy that gets the villain's Postmates.
That's it.
First and exclusive. All new on Saturdays.
119th Lovers Quarrel. Richmond versus Mahinda. 15th and 16th March at Galle. Live on Dialogue TV channel 127, Dialogue View app and the Papare.com, Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel. 90th Battle of the Saints. St. Joseph's versus St. Peter's. 22nd and 23rd March at SSC, live on the Papare TV HD, Dialogue View app and the Papare.com, Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel.
It's quite an atmosphere. Rugby's greatest championship. Ball to set. Marcus Smith must be for the away goal. This time, go Scotland. Good work from Durham and the weather. This is astonishing. That is a
ඉන්දිය ආධිපත්‍ය බිඳලීමට එන ඉංග්‍රීසීන්. ඉංග්‍රීසීන්ට පසු නොබසින ඉන්දියානුවන්. එංගලන්ත කණ්ඩායමේ ඉන්දීය සංචාරය ටෙස්ට් තරඟ 5කින් සමන්විත ද්වන්ද්ව සංග්‍රාමයේ ආශ්වාදය. පෙබරවාරි 2 වෙනිදා සිට මාර්තු 11 වෙනිදා දක්වා සජීවීව The Papare TV සහ Dialogue View app ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ අංක 1 ක්‍රීඩා නාලිකාව.
He's not just some observer. He's an assassin.
I don't trust anybody outside of this room.
You go rogue, he's been authorized to hunt you down and kill you.
That's the job.
Which way, Betty? Turn left! Go, 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 go! What are you waiting for? I'm jumping out a window!
Mission Impossible Fallout.
I believe the right house is like a soulmate. When the right one comes along, it's magic.
Welcome home, Susan.
There's something in the house making it hard for us to sell, and we make it go away.
Run as fast as you can.
Is there anything else that I need to know?
Real Estate Season 2.
Real estate is exciting, isn't it?
On Rock Entertainment.
Richard, you're a national hero now.
Thank you, sir. But I was just doing my job.
Move away from the tower!
You're a suspect. You don't talk.
I talk. Say it.
I don't talk.
I don't know how to protect you.
I think your client is guilty as hell.
They want to fry you.
You ready to start fighting back?
Richard Jewell.
I spent a lot of time hurting myself, trying to hurt my father. I never picked up a basketball again.
We need a new coach, Jack. You're the first person I thought of.
Is the team any good?
No.
In fact, the last time we made the playoffs, back when you were playing.
I got a feeling this team is not as bad as its record. We have to trust each other. We have to have faith.
The Way Back.
Hands up!
Welcome to the RIPD.
We're bounty hunters for rogue souls that escaped judgment.
I got this.
Our job is to find them and send them to where their ticket got punched. Hell, Roy. We send them to hell.
That was unexpected.
RIPD 2, Rise of the Damned.
The history maker of sport. Innovative, incomparable, unleashing an experience. The Papare TV. On the Papare TV and the Papare TV HD. On channel number 63 and 126, Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel. Thurston versus Isipatana. 44th limited overs encounter. 17th March at Pisara. Live on the Papare TV HD, Dialogue View app and the Papare.com, Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel. Trinity versus St. Anthony's.
Welcome back to the Racecourse International Stadium, and the formalities are pretty much over, and now it's game time. Havelock Sports Club already on the field and just awaiting the Police Sports Club's entry. Before we go there, we'll have a look at the team lineups. Havelock Sports Club, the first team that we will go through the lineup. They have made a couple of changes. Nothing in the front eight. Faiz Abdullah, Azman Fajidi in the captain and Janil Fernando are in the front row. Surya Dodangura, Christian Bilal in the locking position in the engine room, while Shenal Silva, Chatura Dilshan and Oliver Buckle will be the number 8 for Havelock Sports Club. In the back, so we can see Rifan Mohammed and Sandesh Javikram line up at 9 and 10. Muslim Fadil is partnered with Sudesh Javikram, who comes in as one change, and Jad Rajratna, Randita Varnapura and Samuel Madhu under the second change for Havelock Sports Club. That will be their run on 15. For Police Sports Club, they have not made any changes from the semi-final. They are sticking to the tried and tested formula. Hafiz Tabit, Deshan Fernando, Amjad Fahmi in the front rows. Uday Sanjula and Mohan Vimal Ratna are in the engine room, while Lai Tilakaratna, Shanaga Harish Chandra and Vihanga Pivituru round off the forward 8 for Police Sports Club. In the back side, we have Primesh Danushka with Prince Chamara, Hirandapara and Akash Madhushanka continue in the centers with Sujan Koliduaku, prolific try scorer Sachit Silva on the two wings, with Shane Hopwood at the back for their support. I've got Shanaga alongside me in the commentary box. Shanaga, lot of expectation on the two teams. Police will have an opportunity to win after 33 years and Havelocks after 2020.
Well, it is a wonderful occasion indeed. Both these teams, Romario, who haven't had a lot of cup final action in the recent past. Police in the final after 2002, so 21 years. They lost to CRN FC, who they beat in the semi-final convincingly, and they were looking to repeat that performance today for sure. And they'll need all the players who played so well in that semi-final to have another repeat performance. Samuel Madhuanta restored to the starting lineup. Here's a little bit of space opening out now for Havelock, straight round the outside. Still going. Can't be pushed into touch. Still going, and he scores the first try of the final for Randita Varnapura. Scored a couple of tries, but this time he won't have another one. As Gihan Yadavar, it was a late flag, but he saw the foot go out. Here's Randita, puts the afterburners on. How is that for acceleration, Romario? No chance of anyone catching him there, just managing to do enough, the cover defense, to make him put his left foot into touch. And even though that's not a try, it's a moral victory for Havelocks.
Indeed, that was a great run there by Havelock Sports Club and Randita Varnapura, and what a way to begin this final.
Taken by Uday Sanjula there at the back for Police. They go to the back. It's a brave line out, and Prince Chamara under a little bit of pressure will find touch just short of the 22-meter line. So the sun is beating down here at the racecourse. A wonderful occasion, as I said before, for both these teams. And it's nice to see that both crowds, both the Police and Havelock's faithful, have come out from not too far down Havelock Road, Police Park and Havelock Park, within spitting distance of each other. And this racecourse ground, of course, very close by to all the travelling fans. Surya Dadanguda got a yellow card to end the last game, but we wanted to do better here. Beautiful take at the line out from the young lock at number 2, but that's not great service from Rifkan. And here's Randita Varnapura already creating havoc in this Police defence. Rifan Busting up the middle, Abdullah Faiz. Quick ball for Havelocks. Musin Falil with the long ball out to Senal Dileka. Still available now for the big Johnny De Fernando, who's so powerful. Makes it available, and it's slow ball, but Havelocks will go to the pick and go under the post, but it's been knocked on. So two crucial errors for Havelocks in attack, but they've started really well.
Great start by the Havelock Sports Club players. They have pretty much had their paws on the ball from the word go. Unfortunate that they are not coming away with any points, but having said that, credit should also go to the police defence. Last ditch defence, you could say, on the first occasion against Randida Varnapura, but this time the big men come in and hit them hard and somehow make Havelocks spill the ball.
First scrum of the game. This is where this game is going to be very, very crucial. Good scrum by both teams. Referee Shankar Bekun asking the defensive line to hold their space. And Shane Hopwood being asked to, Akash Madhushankar rather, being asked to run it out to give a little bit of space now for his forwards, Uday Sanjula. And now in the pocket, Prince Chamara will thump this one down the pitch, and it will bounce into touch before Samuel Madhuvanta can get there. So a good passage of defensive play there. Havelocks had all the running, but police did well to repel them.
Police incidentally have not made a single change from the semi-final lineup. Havelocks with just two changes in the three-quarter lineup. So it's Subesh who will come into 13 and Samuel Madhuvanta who comes in to the number 15 jumper.
Dinam Goda at the front again does really well. And Mohammad Rifan is forced to come back into the heavy traffic because it was not tidy ball. And this is what police did so well against CRNFC. They counter-rucked and they really created a lot of pressure at the breakdown. And they're doing so once again through their experienced Shanaka Harisranga in the number 6 jumper.
He saw that the defenders were just taking their own cool time and space at the breakdown, and he decided that he'll make them work a bit harder. And as he came and engaged and put on some pressure, Havelock Sports Club unfortunately used their hands in the ruck, and the referee deemed that it was done illegally, and straight away a penalty opportunity, and Prince Chamara from the 5-meter line closest to us will line up the first kick of the game.
Prince Chamara hits it well. It's just wide of the right hand upright, and no heroics for Sandesh Jayavikram. He touches down and will drop the ball out back into police's hands. So you can see that police were maybe not banking on the 3 points there, but wanted the ball back in an attacking position. They've made a good fist of attacking from these dropouts, and Samuel Madhuvanta will kick it nice and long behind the last line of the police defense. And here's Primesh Danushka now trying to run this one out. In fact, it was Shane Hopwood and Prince Chamara that time milking the high tackle, taken quickly by the ex-skipper of this police team, Mohan Vimalaratne. But referee saying it was from the wrong mark, so he will come back. Strong breeze today, Romario. How much will that impact proceedings?
The previous kick as well, Shannon, it looked as if it did have the legs, but unfortunately for him, the ball just caught on with the wind and did not travel the distance. But as you rightly said, that there is a breeze blowing across the ground. It's pretty much from left to right on your screens. I'm sure that will have an impact, but police, they are playing with the wind at their back, and they'll be hoping to get some points.
So line out for police the first attacking lineup they've had. Look for Lahiri Tirakarratna and Mohan Vimalaratna if they go to Uday Sanjula, and somehow they've managed to win that despite not going to the jumper's hands. Ishanka Abekun will warn the Heavies defensive line. Taken in by Hiranta Pereira. Here it is for big Hafiz Thabit. Amjad Fahmy.
Use it!
So police will go to their tried and tested pick and go, but really good defense that time from Oliver Buckle.
No.
Driving the police player back, making them lose about 3 or 4 meters. Inside the 22, police will look to suck in these Heavies defenders and now go wide. Prince Chamara. Into the line comes Akash Madhushankar. Stepping, he's been so good for police this season. Lovely counter-ruck that time. Excellent work from Dodangoda. Timed his counter-ruck to perfection. And Jai Vikrama will put this one close to halfway. So again, good defensive performances from both police in the early stages of this game and Havelocks in that last engagement.
Neither team wants to give an inch to their opponents, and also with both teams starting off so fast and on the front foot, it will be quite decisive as the day progresses, as the game progresses, who has the fitness to hold on for the whole 80 minutes, because the sun is beating down as well. That will have an effect going in to the latter part of the game.
That ball had a bit of a wobble, but finds its way into the hands of the police jumpers. Thabit carries it forward, and Prince Chamaran looks up and puts it high into the sun. For Samuel Madhuanta to claim the mark, he takes it quickly. Madhuanta looking to go. The police defense were back 10 meters to the satisfaction of the referees, so now Havelocks will set it up and go into the short side. Looking to play at pace, Havelocks. They know that police like to slow the game down and create a lot of breakdowns. Sandesh Jai Vikrama this time with that diagonal ball. The chip kick which works so well against Sia. Lovely chase as well that time by Sujan Kodituaku, and he does well with Vihanga Perituru to bundle Mohamed Rifan into touch.
Rifan had the opportunity to just pop the pass back, but decided against it and opted to roll on to the ball, and unfortunately concedes position through a line out, and now an attacking position for police to attack from.
Trying to set that one up, but good defense, trying to sack that as soon as it formed from police, from Heavies rather. Prince Chamara takes it to the line. Coming in on a nice angle was Madhushankar. Yes, Lahiri Tirakarratna. Straight over the ball goes the police, goes the Havelocks defense, but hands off, says the ref, and they obey him. Mohan Vimalaratna now takes a nice short ball from Thabit Hafiz. It's gone back, so police will play on. Busting up the middle was Hafiz again. Prince Chamara to Hopwood in the line. Straight off the shoulder of Hiranta Pereira into the hands of the onrushing Havelocks defender, and Sandesh Jai Vikrama asking for a knockdown there. But Ishan Kabekun, having none of it, will go back to the first knock-on.
It's good to see that the police backline is playing with a bit of renewed energy. Prince Chamara as well hanging on to the ball and trying to weave his magic, but unfortunately still unable to unlock the Havelocks defense. But having said that, it's good to see that they are running, and that the Havelocks, the police 12 and 13-2 are taking different channels and they are trying to unlock the defense, but credit to Havelocks as well for holding firm still.
Both teams have come to play Romario, and that's great to see from a crowd point of view, from a neutral's point of view. They want to see some real attacking rugby, and that's what they've gotten here so far in the first 13 minutes. Rifan off the base for Jai Vikrama. It's a lofted ball to his brother. Put the kick in. It's not a 50-22, but it's a decent enough game. And in this heat, you can't blame teams wanting to make some easy meters.
The forwards too will be thanking them very much. It's not the type of weather you would want to be backpedaling.
It's not the type of weather you would really want to be doing anything. Romario playing rugby, and across the road they're playing some cricket. It's, the tropics really don't lend themselves to this kind of physical activity, but we'll soldier on. And police have what's about their fifth line out already. Mohan Vimalaratna takes it nicely in the middle. Prince Chamara opting to take it to the line and puts the little outside foot kick in. Rifan that time puts Madhuant in a little bit of trouble with an inaccurate pass. And here's the hero of the semi, Jayat Rajaratnam, with his first touch of the game. Play on is the call from referee Shankar Bekun, and police have turned it over. Nice little chip kick over the top. And Madhuanta was in the line, so Rifan has to cover, and he's absolutely hammered as he catches that ball. A lovely chase. And I'll tell you what, Romario, Nilufar Ibrahim has been watching some video, and he's noticed the defensive patterns, and he's fed some intelligence to Primesh Danushka, who's used it really well.
He also did spot that Samuel Madhuanta was ahead in the previous phase. Prince Chamara tries for the cheeky cross kick. Gets it on target as well, but the referee says that by the looks of it, the call had been made. The referee is not having anything of that. But as you said, Shanika, it's good to see that police have done their homework and they are exploiting the loopholes set by Havelocks.
It's interesting that he called that one back. I don't know whether it was from the wrong mark, but there's no reason why a player can't do that.
The only reason could be that he called for the touch kick and then opted for the cross kick.
Do you need to call for the cross kick, Romario? I mean, do you need to call for the touch kick? You need to call for posts for the referees, of the assistant referees to get there. But otherwise, you can take a short tap if you like. You can kick to touch. You can kick across field. You can do what you like, surely.
Well, usually the captain or the kicker points to the touch line, but they don't specifically say that they are going to touch. Unlike they point to the post, but
it's not a binding legal agreement, was my point. So Vihan Kapudra goes off the back there. Good scrum from police. Both front rows going up, but no problems. And now police will try and use their superior weight. It looks like it's a goal line dropout as they haven't been able to get the ball down. So good defense once again. Surya Doranguda is only a young lad. He's a baby face, but he gets his body under the ball and does the dark arts pretty well.
He's surely in the thick of the action. Never shies away from a big hit or a tackle. And it's good to see that the youngsters are getting in there early on in the game and in their careers as well, rather than just waiting to be eased in.
Prince Chamara with the drop goal from 45 meters out. It's a little wide, but you can see that police have come with this plan to play the territorial game, and even if it's with the long penalty attempts or with the long drop goal attempts, they're quite happy for Havelocks to kick the ball back to them so that they can attack.
They do have the wind at their back, and in this first half they must be hoping to utilize that to the best of their ability, and they are trying, but unfortunately still the scoreboard remains 0-0.
Madhuranta with the long drop kick. Havelock's chase hasn't been great so far, as Prince Charmara now will opt for Hiranta Pereira as a nicely done that time from Hiranta to Sachit. Inside foot kick, but it goes out on the full. Lovely play from Hiranta Pereira, and that just shows the flashes of brilliance that this man was capable of when he was a mainstay in the sevens circuit in Sri Lanka. This is Hopwood to Prince Charmara. Hiranta calling for it. You can see he's yelling for the ball. Gets outside of his defenders, and that's a lovely little wraparound pass for Sachit Silva, who should probably have kept that in hand.
I was just thinking the same. Should you have just stepped inside and hoped that the support will come? But instead, he did go for the tried and tested chip kick of his. Unfortunately, though, just ran out of space in the far end.
But I'm getting hammered at the top of his jump, so he'll have to have a word with his captain about that. And another knock on the floor. Bakal and Abdullah Faiz just having a word, trying to figure things out there, because Havelock's breakdown has been a little inaccurate.
As much as police are applying the pressure, they will be hoping that they can get the scoreboard ticking soon, because pretty much half of the first half has gone and neither team has been able to get off the mark, because the longer they apply the pressure and not get any points, things could turn out to be a bit worrying for police.
It's a big scrum from Havelock's, really big scrum. Not getting any penalties out of it, but they will get a reset. It's Janidu Fernando on the near side. Referee Shankar Begum having a word with the Havelock's front row, who are dominant there. And this is where dominant packs will want some reward. Straight off the back goes Hiranta Peteru. Makes the pass to Akash. Hiranta Pereira with a little grubber kick through, and Madhuranta shepherds it into touch.
Good bit of play there by SML Madhuranta. So that the kick was placed at an angle, and there was no possibility of that ball staying in field, and he did the well to just shepherd the ball into touch. Not too much of harm done, and by the looks of it, it's the 1 minute water break.
Well, in the first quarter of the game, we've had plenty of rugby, but no points to show for it, and it has been an outstanding final so far. Police coming into the final for the first time since 2002, if I remember right. The last time they won it was in 1991, Romario. Probably you were just a glint in your father's eye at that time. But it's been a long time coming, this Clifford Cup, for both these teams. Havelock's last won it in 2001. So that's plenty of waiting time. We've seen a few eras come to an end, in the sense that CR won the league championship after 26 years. And it certainly will be 20 plus years for either of these teams, regardless of which one wins. In fact, I have to correct myself. Havelock's did win in 2019. So that's pretty recent for them. It's 5 years ago. And after that water break, they'll come back for the line out. And police have seemed very, very happy to play this territorial game and try and suck the life out of this Havelock's defense.
Havelock's, on the other hand, are doing extremely well to just repel wave after wave of pressure by Police Sports Club. But for how long will they be able to do that is the question. Will the fitness hold?
The jump from Dodangoro, but again he's having a bit of trouble with bringing that ball down and securing it. It's an area that forwards coach Danushka Bhuteju will have to work on. Into the pocket they go, and Madhuanta is hit quite late, and referee Abekun has spotted that, so we'll have a word.
Quite unnecessary there by the police number 7, Lahari Tilagaratna. Just wanted to make a mark, but in quite unnecessary fashion.
It's quite normal, isn't it, Romario, for third row players to try and take out the opposition kicker by whichever way they can. It's a primitive tactic, and referees have cottoned on to it, so you need to be a little bit smarter in how you try and do it.
They all love to take a dig at the kicker, but doing it in a pretty much legal manner, I think, would add more value to it rather than just barging into the man after kicking the kick has gone and a couple of seconds have passed as well.
Madhuanta with the touch finder, he didn't have a lot of angle to work with.
Straight away about 40 to 50 meters gained there by Havelock Sports Club. Just one unnecessary penalty, and straight away they're back into the police half.
It looks like across the road Mahit Pereira has reached his big match 50. Playing long innings there, the Thomian captain, and now the former Peterite captain weaves a bit of magic in midfield for Havelocks to run onto the centre field pass. Here's Musin Falil. Nice little show of the ball and a wraparound pass. Good skills from these Havelocks backs. Finally got the ball in their own half. Here's Buckle. Always beats the first tackle, Oliver Buckle. Sandesh Jayawickrama, a lovely little ball off to Randita Bandapura. Sujan Kodituaku read it well. Here it is for Havelocks once again. This is good continuity as Johnny Fernando carries it forward. Here's Buckle. Thinks about the run and then gives the pass. Nice ball out to Sandesh Jayawickrama, still going. Slow ball coming, and Jayat Rajaratna opts for the little chip kick off the base, but not sure that was the right option. So Havelocks doing a lot of good things, and then that final decision, there's a bit of red mist.
Just undoing all the good work by one decision that spoils things, unfortunately, for Havelock Sports Club. It's noteworthy though that the Polish defense is getting up extremely fast in the face of the Havelocks attackers, and Sandesh too is getting a couple of shoulders.
Mohan Namaratna wins it beautifully at the back, so Police's line out continues to be excellent. Shanaka Harishchandra off the back, and a quick ball for Primesh Danushka. Long pass from Hiranta Pereira, but it's not a great one. And Sujan Kodituaku puts a little chip kick in. Beautiful skills from Kodituaku. He kicks in field, and now Madhuanta is on his own. Has it gone too far? And Jayata Rajaratna just gets back in time. And it's a goal line dropout. So again, Police quite happy to put this ball onto the boot and force Havelocks into their defensive areas.
How much Sujan and Police would have hoped that that ball just clattered on to the sponge of the post and bounced back.
I thought there was an inside pass there for him. Romario Akash Madhushan was screaming for it. All he had to do was nice flat ball inside, and there was a 2-on-1 with Madhuanta. Prince Chamara now opting to carry it forward. And right over the ball, Surya Dodangode again. Taken quickly. And again, the favour is returned. but not 10 meters, says the ref Akash Madhushankar. Insists that he was 10. And maybe we have a chance for the first points of the game if Samuel Madhuanta fancies it from this distance.
Won't be an easy kick. He will have to kick the ball into the wind.
So referee Abekor not very happy with Akash Madhushan's back chat.
He's still going on at it, but the referee says that enough is enough. 25 minutes or so on our clock, and the score is still at a deadlock at 0-all.
I can see Akash Madhushan's case. He said he came from behind where the assistant referee showed him he needs to come from. I think there was a bit of interference with the Havelock's player before he reached him, and it was a good turnover as well, but not 10 meters was the call. So now here's a chance for Havelock. Since that opening foray, Romario, we haven't really seen Havelocks in the opposition 22. Shot, 4-man line out. They set it up nicely with Fajuddin at the back, trying to get over. And now the reinforcements come in. Mohan Vimalratna has managed to get round the side, but now has to go back. One stop, says referee Ishankar. Still going Havelocks at about 5 meters short. They want either Chandu Fernando or Oliver Buckle on the end of this one. Prince Chamara flying up and making a good tackle. Rifan, Sandesh, really good defense that time from Prince Chamara. Outstanding work from the police defense.
That had to go out from Sandesh. He had ample numbers on the outside, and the police were pretty much waving their hands for support to come. But instead, Sandesh just opted to go for it without passing and paid the price. But now police just opted to take the quick tap instead of kicking it out on the full, and the line out still in favour of Havelocks.
So I think Prince Chamara made the decision that he is happy to sacrifice the ball if he gets the territory, because the wind was behind him and he kicked it with the angle of the wind. So he's taken his team about 50 meters downfield, even though he's given Havelocks the ball. So some good practical decision making on the fly, and that's what they're going to need to talk to the referee about. You can see Mohan Vimalratna, he's doing it very well, but at the top of the jump he's really interfering with Surya Dodangoda there. So referee Shankar Bekun has picked it up that time, but I think he's lucky to get away with a free kick that might be a penalty.
Indeed, Shankar, he is doing it expertly in expert fashion there. The referee this time, however, just calls that the gap was closed, but Mohan Vimalratna in his head, he did more than just closing the gap and disrupting Surya Dodangoda.
Rifan, Sandesh with the high up and under. Randita Varnapura with the chase. Primesh Danushka does well to palm this back to Sujan Kodituaku, and it goes out on the full. So it's a good tactic in the end from Sandesh, and a good chase as well. That's what Havelocks have been lacking. They've put in a few kicks, but the chasing has not been up to the mark yet.
30 minutes of grouping rugby. Neither team able to splinter the opponent's defense, however. But both teams going on at each other hammer and tongs.
Well, that half an hour has just flown past. This Police's defense rushes up. Sandesh Jai Vikrama to Musin Falil. In midfield, beautifully done by Hiranta Pereira, Prince Chamara, ripping the ball away. Here's Shanaka Harishchandra. Can't get away from Jai Vikrama. Here's Vihanka Pivituru now on the pick and go. Quick ball from police is what they need. Busting through Tabit Hafiz. Here's Primesh Tanushka. Looking for his playmaker, Hiranta Pereira. Lahiri Tirakaratna cutting back in field, brought down by the skipper. And again, a knock forward on the floor. And looks like there's a man down for police. Doesn't look like it's too serious. But with the loss of Shahan Dias, Romario, Christian Delisle, who started off on the flank, captain St. Thomas's as a flanker, and then was moved into hooker at Havelocks for a couple of years. Stayed with Havelocks to his credit and now finds himself in the second row, so he's played in the front, second and third rows. So good versatility from the ex-Tomian. Out of both places he could probably be on this Saturday afternoon. This is a priority in the cup final.
Who would say no to that, Shanaka? In quite a big game for Havelock Sports Club, representing the Park Club. Quite unfortunate there though for Primesh Danushka. Looked up a bit too early before grasping the ball.
Rifan. Enormous pressure on Musin Falil. Musin gets through but again knocks the ball on. Don't know whether it's the grass here at the race course, but in the Zahira Centenary Sevens and in the last few games that we've seen here, it's quite a few dropped balls, Romario, and at this level probably not what you expect.
I think the defenders too are getting their hands in the way of the ball carrier, and that too is not helping their cause with the ball carrier, rather the defender dislodging the ball in the while making the tackle. Can on the previous occasion you could have seen Mushin Falil stepped a couple of players and came at the defense with a lot of force. Unfortunately for him though, did not hold on to the ball cleanly enough, and he too loses it forward.
So play just making a little stagnant at the moment. Oliver Buckle goes off and on comes Udara Lakshan in the number 8 jersey. Not sure that's a great substitution as Hiranta Pereira juggles well and goes over for the first try of the game. You can see why he's one of the top try scorers of the tournament in the league competition and scores an all-important try. Did so well to juggle this ball. Vihanka Pivituru with a lovely little ball in field. Surya Dodangoda can't hold on. And that was the number 8's tackle to make. He's just come onto the field though. And Hiranta Pereira drags a flailing Datu Rajaratna over the line with him. And a lovely set play, a strike play from first phase. It's always good to see.
What a time to bring that play on. Not too sure whether they spotted that their number 8 had gone off and then decided to make that play. But whatever it is, they brought it on, and the money ball came off well. And Hiranta would have been surprised to see that the defense opened up like the Red Sea. He went over, but unfortunately the kick does not. As police take the lead first in this game, 5-0 with 36 minutes on the clock.
It was a deserved try and it was a long time coming. the way these teams have played, you'd expect to have a couple of tries on the board by now, but it's very surprising. That's just the first try of the game. Vihanga Pivithuru. It was slightly behind Hiranta Pereira, but it was a difficult ball to throw, one-handed as well. And Hiranta did extremely well to grab that behind him. And the defense opened up on the angle that he was running. That was really nice. But Udara Lakshan coming on for his first scrum, not really having that game awareness that you may need a couple of seconds to get into, Romario. And I think that was an ill-judged substitution.
And also I think Udara would have gone to the flank, and Chatura Dilshan would have moved to the number 8. Not too clear about that. However, Police are in the lead.
Shane Hopwood using his dancing feet, but dancing a little too much in that corner, but lucky to get away with it because a penalty was coming for a side entry at the ruck.
Crucial couple of minutes before half time. Neither team will be wanting to concede, and Havelocks, well, they will be looking for a score of their own, but having said that, right now they are on the back foot and they are trailing with the Police on the attack.
Well, with the wind at their back, you have to ask, Romario, is 5 points to nil going to be enough? They'll want another score before half time. Deshan Fernando, beautifully taken by Lahiru Tilakaratne in the middle of that line out, and Havis do well to sack. Primesh Danushka has to go really low to collect that ball, and Primesh Danushka now, Prince Chamara now. Sachit Silva with a beautiful chase, and he gets the ball into his hands, but he will be called back. It's only a crowd try, and Sachit Silva cannot believe his luck, but I think he knows that he's knocked it on.
I think he does, Shanaka, because not too much of a celebration from him, and his hard work was just a couple of meters away from paying off, but it's good to see that he did not give up the ghost, and he continued to chase that ball even after it bounced. He just took a step and watched what happens. Unfortunately, from the last catch, it just evaded his fingers.
Here's Rifan to Madhuanta. Can't put it out on the full, so Shane Hopwood with a long ball, and Sanjay Jayavikrama just can't hold on. That would have been under the posts if Sudesh Jayavikrama rather. It was a dangerous ball from Hopwood and right into the breadbasket for Jayavikrama, and that's another drop ball that's going to prove costly.
Quite unfortunate there. There was a long pass asking to be picked off, and Jayavikrama did well, but unfortunately just after he caught the ball and tried to get it closer to his chest, he just evaded his grasp on that occasion. Chance gone begin as the clock ticks 40 minutes.
Probably the last play of the half. Vihanga Pavitra goes on the wrong side for the number 8 break. And Police will look to play this one out. And they do win a penalty, not rolling away from Senal Dilaka, who has been giving a few penalties away. He's usually a very disciplined player. And they'll need their senior man, Havelocks, to make sure that he provides that leadership.
They are up in for the posts, and by the looks of it, on our clock, time seems to be up, but the referee's clock is the one that matters.
Well, Shane Hopwood would have had his heart in his mouth there, wouldn't he, Romario, as he let that ball go and saw that pink and chocolate jersey running onto it. He would have been the most relieved man on the pitch when he knocked that on. And Prince Chamara now, with the aid of this tailwind, will try to pull Police 8 points ahead. It's well shot though. Well, not too well, but it comes off the padding. And Havelocks will look to run it out, which I'm not sure is a sensible plan. They don't want to go 2 scores down. Sandesh to Madhuanta. Madhuanta will use the shelter of this grandstand to try and find touch. So we've still got a bit of time on the clock. And Police will have another opportunity to try and score. So Deshan Fernando has been pretty good in the line out so far. The Police hooker, nicely taken by Sanjula. Havelock's maul defense has been pretty good so far, but as I say that, Police get their second drive going. Primesh Tanushka. Here's Hiranta Pereira, opting for Akash Madhushan. Sudesh Jayavikrama gets hammered, but will take Akash down with him. Here's Primesh. Haris Chandra. Straight into the pocket for Prince Chamara. It's a short backlift, short kick, and Samuel Madhuanta will take the mark. Under no pressure though.
By the looks of it, it seems to be the final play. The referee just telling the players. It'll be a throw in favor of Police Sports Club. One last opportunity for Police to unlock the Havelock's defense in this first half.
Will be important going into half-time as to what the coaches will do after the turnaround. That ball straight over the top and it's knocked on by Haris Chandra, but that will be the final play of the first half. So it's 5 points to nil, absolutely nothing in it in this cup final. The Clifford Cup at stake, and Havelocks and Police are almost inseparable. Only a brilliant try from Hiranta Pereira put Police in the lead by 5 points to nil. And after the turnaround, I'm sure we can expect some fireworks with Havelocks chasing the game. Interesting to see what the coaches will do. There's quite a bit of bench strength for the heavies, especially in the backs. Ravin De Silva to come on, Dinupa Seneviratna to come on, and of course for Police, the ex-Havelocks man Mithun Hapugoda. Will he have a say in this final? Here's the kickoff. Highlights of the first half. Lovely little flick back from Vihanga Puyuturu. You could see him turning around and seeing whether it went to hand. And Hiranta Pereira finishing that off beautifully. That brings us to an end of the first half here at the Racecourse Grounds. The Clifford Cup final will be back with second half action after the break.
Catch the action of the Sri Lanka Tour of Bangladesh 2024 live. Enjoy 3 T20 matches, 3 ODI matches and 2 Test matches from 4th March to 3rd April. live on Dialogue Television, the Papare TV. Dialogue, the official sponsor of the national cricket team.
ඉන්දිය ආධිපත්‍ය බිඳලීමට එන ඉංග්‍රීසීන්. ඉංග්‍රීසීන්ට පසු නොබසින ඉන්දියානුවන්. එංගලන්ත කණ්ඩායමේ ඉන්දීය සංචාරය ටෙස්ට් තරඟ 5කින් සමන්විත ද්වන්ද සංග්‍රාමයේ ආශ්වාදය. පෙබරවාරි 2 වෙනිදා සිට මාර්තු 11 වෙනිදා දක්වා සජීවීව ද Papare TV සහ Dialogue View app ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ අංක 1 ක්‍රීඩා නාලිකාව.
First and exclusive.
I've been here 2 days and I've been almost murdered twice. That's 1 per day. What is going on?
I train you to become warriors, but you have never faced anything like this.
If you can give me the location, I can get him out of the country. It's too dangerous.
Where's everyone?
We're gonna have to figure this out.
Who the hell are they?
I work for Dracula.
What? You're like the guy that gets the villain's Postmates.
That's it. First and exclusive. All new on Saturdays.
119th Lovers Quarrel. Richmond versus Mahinda. 15th and 16th March at Gaul. Live on Dialogue TV channel 127, Dialogue View app and the Papare.com, Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel. 90th Battle of the Saints. St. Joseph's versus St. Peter's. 22nd and 23rd March at SSC, live on the Papare TV HD, Dialogue View app and the Papare.com, Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel.
It's quite an atmosphere. Rugby's greatest championship. Ball to set. Marcus Smith must be. This time, go Scotland. Footworkers do have that deliver. This is astonishing. That is a right moment.
ඉන්දිය ආධිපත්‍ය බිඳලීමට එන ඉංග්‍රීසීන්. ඉංග්‍රීසීන්ට පසු නොබසින ඉන්දියානුවන්. එංගලන්ත කණ්ඩායමේ ඉන්දීය සංචාරය ටෙස්ට් තරඟ 5කින් සමන්විත ද්වන්ද සංග්‍රාමයේ ආශ්වාදය. පෙබරවාරි 2 වෙනිදා සිට මාර්තු 11 වෙනිදා දක්වා සජීවීව ද Papare TV සහ Dialogue View app ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ අංක 1 ක්‍රීඩා නාලිකාව.
He's not just some observer. He's an assassin.
I don't trust anybody outside of this room.
Which way, Benji? Turn left! Go, 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 go! What are you waiting for? I'm jumping out a window!
Mission Impossible Fallout.
I believe the right house is like a soulmate. When the right one comes along, it's magic.
Welcome home, Susan.
There's something in the house making it hard for us to sell, and we make it go away.
Run as fast as you can.
Is there anything else that I need to know?
Real Estate Season 2.
Real estate is exciting, isn't it?
On Rock Entertainment.
Richard, you're a national hero now.
Thank you, sir. But I was just doing my job.
You're a suspect. You don't talk.
I talk. Say it. I don't talk.
I don't know how to protect you.
I think your client is guilty as hell.
They want to fry you.
You ready to start fighting back?
Richard Jewell.
I spent a lot of time hurting myself, trying to hurt my father. I never picked up a basketball again.
We need a new coach, Jack. You're the first person I thought of.
Is the team any good?
No.
In fact, the last time we made the playoffs, back when you were playing.
I got a feeling that this team is not as bad as its record. We have to trust each other.
We have to have faith.
The Way Back. Hands up!
Welcome to the RIPD.
We're bounty hunters for rogue souls that escaped judgment.
I got this.
Our job is to find them and send them to where their ticket got punched. Hell, Roy. We send them to hell.
Oh, that was unexpected.
RIPD 2, Rise of the Damned.
The history maker of sport. Innovative, incomparable, unleashing an experience. The Papare TV. On the Papare TV and the Papare TV HD. On channel number 63 and 126. Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel. Thurston versus Isipatana. 44th limited overs encounter. 17th March at Pisara. Live on the Papare TV HD, Dialogue View app and the Papare.com, Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel. Trinity versus St. Anthony's. 42nd one-day encounter. 22nd March at St. Anthony's Ground. Live on the Papare, Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel. ශ්‍රී ලාංකීය ක්‍රීඩා විකාශනයේ මෙතෙක් අත් නොවිඳී නව්‍යතම අත්දැකීම් සමගින් ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ අංක 1 ක්‍රීඩා නාලිකාව. The Papare TV, The Papare TV HD, Dialogue Television නාලිකා අංක 63 සහ 126 ඔස්සේ විඳින්න නරඹන්න ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ අංක 1 ක්‍රීඩා නාලිකාව.
145th Battle of the Blues. Royal versus St. Thomas's. 7th, 8th, 9th March at SSE. Live on the Papare TV HD, Dialogue View app and the Papare.com, Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel. Live on the Papare TV and Dialogue View app, Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel.
You happen to know who he is, do you?
Welcome to the RIPD.
I got this.
We have to trust each other.
Yes or no?
His accusers are two of the most powerful forces in the world.
What are you waiting for? I'm jumping out a window!
It's up to us, so let's go be heroes.
Eat your heart out.
මාර්තුවේ උන්මාදය. සූදානම්ද බිග් මැච් වසන්තයට. පෙබරවාරි 24 දා සිට සජීවීව The Papare TV, The Papare TV HD, Dialogue View app සහ The Papare.com, ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ අංක 1 ක්‍රීඩා නාලිකාව.
Welcome back to www.thepapare.com, and we are 40 minutes away from deciding who wins the Clifford Cup. And as it stands, Police Sports Club in with the slender 5-point lead, courtesy the try from Hiranta in the first half. But now we are off for the second half.
Police kick off against the wind now, but we've noticed at this ground over the last few days that the wind does tend to die down in the second half. So it's not as much of a factor at the end of the game as it is in the beginning. So have police used up that precious natural resource, and do they have only the 5 points to show for it? That's what we will have to wait and see. Havelocks have had precious little of the ball. They've been forced to kick it back to police, who've kept running back at them in waves. And this big police pack, can they last the 80? Deshan Fernando. Mohan Vimalaratne palms it back. And Prince Chamara now thumps this one high in the air for Rifan to take in at that second line of defense, but it's knocked forward. I'm not sure that's Rifan's ball. Romario, I'd want Samuel Madhuvantha running onto that from fullback.
Yes, rather than Rifan just running backwards, it's more easy for the player coming onto it rather. And Samuel Madhuvantha needs to just have a small chat with him and tell him that that would be mine. But now it's Police Sports Club from pretty much centre field.
Yes, I'd love to see Madhuvantha taking responsibility on those high kicks. Primesh Danushka goes to the short side. Lovely little switch of play, wonderful skills for Danushka. It's opening up now, and a nice short pass as well. But Shane Hopwood can't stay in the field of play. Some lovely switch plays and sleight of hand. They've been doing some work on the training paddock, obviously. Niloufar Ibrahim will be happy with what he's seeing, but will also want his team to finish off those moves.
One little thing that I have noticed, however, is that they seem to be just straightening the line a little bit too late. And when they do that a bit too late, the winger does not have enough space on the wings for him to run. But I'm sure they will learn from the mistakes.
Well, still in their own half. Muhsin Falil is standing at first receiver. And Udara Lakshan goes off the back. Doesn't have that same carrying power that Buckle brings. Probably keep Oliver Buckle on for about 45 minutes or 50 minutes if I was in charge, but perhaps there's a fitness issue. And here's the dangerous Akash Madhushan. Sudesh Dayavikrama does well to roll out of the way. The counter ruck coming, but it's slow ball for Primesh Danushka. Here's Deshan Fernando. Primesh, Prince Chamara, Vihanga Pivituru. Lovely inside ball from the number 8. Janidu Fernando cuts down Prince Chamara, who took that offload, and they managed to turn the ball over. Some quick ball from Rifan to Sandesh, who puts a beautiful kick in, and that's a 50-22. An outstanding kick. The breeze is not doing as much, but doing enough. And that's a wonderful kick.
Lovely kick there by Samuel Madhuvantha. Spotted the space, spotted that the fullback was too much to the right hand side of the field, and he just picked his position and pinned the kick into the corner of the 22, and the ball too rolled just as he would have hoped it did. And now prime attack in position is Havelocks.
Asmir Fajruddin, the skipper, would love to hold that trophy aloft in just about 35 minutes time, but his team will need to make sure they get over the line for that. Fajruddin holding at the back. The Havelocks pack has surrounded him. And they'll need to make sure they transfer this ball nice and neatly to the back. Looks like it's with Udara Lakshan at the moment. Fajruddin comes back. And Lakshan drives straight into Akash. And they've lost the ball forward again.
I think he mistook the 5-meter line for the try line. By the looks of it, he was diving to place the ball, but unfortunately not in the correct field position, and hence he lost the ball forward. Costly errors this could be. They have been in the Havelocks in the police red zone time and time again, but have not been able to just get off the zero.
Yes, it's been just a hair's breadth between them and the try line. Randita Varnapura just stepping over in the first minute of play actually, and Havelocks just a couple of knock-ons away. And here's Hiranta Pereira with a little chip kick straight into the hands of Varnapura. That was a dangerous tactic. It was brave, but it was also dangerous.
A slim line separates bravery from stupidity, and I'm not too sure how brave that was if it had stuck in Randita Varnapura's hand.
From under his sticks, there was only one option there, and that was to thump it nice and long. But Hiranta Pereira, obviously it's something that they've talked about, but perhaps this wasn't the opportune moment for that cross kick. Big scrum for Havelocks. Vihanga Pivuturu goes on the correct side this time, and Hiranta Pereira will carry it up. It's lost forward, and Udara Lakshan now will pick and go. Havelocks forwards will pile in, and Chatura Dilshan. Here it is for Havelocks, picking and going again. Hiranta Pereira and Prince Chamara strong in defense there. Will want to hold this ball up. Rifan to Sandesh. Behind the back to Falil. Here's Samuel Madhuanta coming up into the line. Rifan with the long ball, but police were ready for it. Flying up in defense was the skipper Vimalaratna. He will be an absolute hero if he can lift the cup. Off the foot, says the referee, and I think he spotted that beautifully. Here's Fajuddin. Good tackle by Haris Chandra, nice and low on the opposing skipper. Still going though. Play on is the call, and the penalty comes for police. Yes, could see that Havelocks were holding on there. Again, the clear out was inaccurate.
Police somehow managing to holding on for dear life, and they do win the turnover as well. It's some good defensive play there by Police Sports Club. Spotted the opportunity for the ball to be turned over. Jack Aldwell, and did just that.
How costly is that missed conversion going to be, Romario, in the final equation? We can't have a drawn game here, so let's wait and see how things go. Shehan Dias comes on for Christian Delisle. He's done a job, but Dias coming on will add a little bit of impetus to this Havelocks pack.
Just the boost that they would have been hoping for at the 50 mark point.
Gives them another option in the line out as well. And Vimalaratna, he's been imperious in that line out, and here's Vihanga Pivituru to Lahiru Tilakaratna, his third row buddy. Ball turned over nicely. And here he's on the short side for Janidu Fernando with that driving run. Police being forced to make a lot of tackles, and Akash Madhushan was a little too eager there. Nice little chip through for Sandesh. This is going to fall nicely. And it was really bravely claimed that time by Shane Hopwood. But they will come back for the penalty for Akash Madhushan, just playing the scrum half from an offside position.
Body on the line, stuffed there by the player in this on this near touch line. But rightly said, Shanaka. Unfortunately, the police player just a bit too eager to take out the halfback as he got the ball, got his hands on the ball, but it had to be lifted for him to be onside.
Primesh Dhanushka it was who came through and stopped that kick chase. He's the smallest man on the pitch, but probably the biggest heart. As Havelocks now will get another chance to set a platform. They haven't had any scoring opportunities. Not even a kick at goal for Samuel Madhuantha.
Credit should also go to the police defense, Shanaka. They have held firm and not considered any penalties in kickable range as well.
And another knock on. Police really upsetting the apple cart here. Udaya Sanjula and Shanaka Harishchandra really upsetting that breakdown, and Havelocks, their forwards just can't hang on. Police have been a different side since they won that plate championship. They've gone away and worked on a few things, and you can see how it's coming to fruition.
The coaching staff as well, they did say that they just needed a bit of time to get their plan going with this police team, and now by the looks of it, things do seem to be working out.
Sachit Silva runs onto a flat ball from his inside Shane Hopwood. Harishchandra straight off his feet was Udara Lakshan. He knew exactly what he'd done. Senal Delaka might see yellow for this. The police have got to be careful that they don't reverse the penalty here. Lahiru Tilakaratna running in. It's got to be careful.
Senal did this last week as well, in the last game as well. Unfortunately, he hasn't seemed to learn from his mistake.
We talked about Senal Delaka, how important he is to Havelock's chances. We talked about him being a senior player. But in the last couple of weeks, he's lost that composure that he's had for so long in this Havelock's jersey. Just done a few things that you wouldn't expect a man of his seniority and his caliber to do, and Havelocks will now need to really lift themselves as they find themselves defending inside their 22.
From police point of view, is this the moment that they have been waiting for? They are a man up and also in a good field position. Will they be able to extend their lead further?
Well, they need to get it in straight, and Deshan Fernando, his teammates are walking up to him because he's been so good up to now. But when the pressure is on, when it's a crucial throw, unfortunately Fernando just doesn't find the mark.
He'll be extremely disappointed with that throw, Shanaka. Everything was set up right until that throw came in. Unfortunately for him and for his police teammates, now they find themselves still in good field position, but unfortunately not with the ball in hand.
Well, it was a beautiful blindside waiting for Udara Lakshan until Sachit Silva decided to come up in defense, which was a sensible call. But Hiranta Pereira again with a big tackle on the Heavies number 8. It's a huge kick from Sandesh, but now Shane Hopwood gets the first opportunity to kick and chase. Bouncing all over the place, but eventually Samuel Madhuantha comes away with it, but well poached. Outstanding work from police there. And here's Faumi to Akash. Akash stays on his feet. Nice strong run by the centre. Bursting onto it, Hiranta Pereira. And again, outstanding work at the breakdown that time by Rifan, the second smallest man on the pitch. And it's a long blast from referee Ishanka Abekun, and it looks like it might be a head knock, so they will be making sure that there's no damage done.
Yes, all the Havelock's faithful will be hoping that not too much of damage has been done there by Samuel Madhuanta. How vital will his boot come into play in the final quarter of this game? But before that, Shanaka, what a lovely turnover by Rifan. He spotted the opportunity and he was pretty much in great position there, body position, and somehow managed to poach the ball away from Police Sports Club, because if he did not manage to do so, I think Police were on the attack and on the up and did have an opportunity to score.
Yes, they certainly did. Hiranta Pereira again timing that run onto that ball. So Akash Madhushankar and Hiranta Pereira have been brilliant today, both collectively as a midfield partnership in defense and individually in attack as well. So an important scrum for Police to try and create something, maybe win themselves a penalty. Really put some pressure on the heavies here as Ravin De Silva comes onto the field. So that turnover was Rifan's last contribution. Udara Lakshan without a third row forward. They need to be a little careful as that ball bounces into touch and they don't gain a lot of ground. Not sure that was the ideal tactical play there, especially with Senal Dilaka in the bin.
In fact, Chanaka Chandimal also has come on together with Ravin. So the 9 and 10 combination has been changed by the coaching staff of Havelock Sports Club, hoping for a bit of better luck, you could say.
Deshaun Fernando will want to make amends for that last line-out throw. It's not contested and Vimalaratna wins it at the back, picked up one-handed by Ravin De Silva, who hands it off to Shehan Dias, the basketball pass from the basketball player, and here's Sudesh Jayavikrama rather, and that ball was high, and I'm sure that we'll see some kind of a card here. Lairu Tilakaratna, bit of a rush of blood to the head. Chanaka Chandibal trying to make peace, and Gihan Yatavara has seen what we all saw.
Just a matter of deciding who the culprit was, in which number. He has been playing on the edge, Lairu Tilakaratna, and now the referee has run out of patience. Still has a word or two to say while he's going off the field.
Well, it's unlucky number 7 today, isn't it? Both number 7s in the bin. I hope they manage to keep the peace with each other while they're there. Well, it's a 40 or 50 meter kick on the angle, I would think. It's about 43 meters out. And after taking that pretty heavy hit, Samuel Madhuanta has stepped up for the first chance of points in the 57th minute. Not even a penalty attempt till now.
That goes to show how strong this Police defense has played all afternoon. They have they have also not considered any penalties apart from this in kicking range. Samuel Madhuanta with the wind on his back, unfortunately sends it out to the left hand side of the post.
And Hopwood will run this one back to The 22-meter dropout. It's a long drop kick as usual. Here's Ravin De Silva now, who created that last bit of play. Madhuantha full of running. They might want Sudesh Jayavikrama on the end of some of these balls. Play on is the call, and it's nicely done by Ravin De Silva, who drops that one back for Mushin Falil. Here's Shahan Dias. Puts Sachit Silva on his back. Police defense. They've done this so well. Hiranta Pereira shooting up from the line, and Havelocks haven't really found an answer to it. And once again, Jayavikrama knocks the ball on, and Hiranta Pereira will put the little kick in, but it's a little bit too far for the chaser.
Straight away from a turnover ball, Police Sports Club opting to put boot to ball as they see that the fullback isn't at home, and that's the reason why they do so. But throughout this evening, their execution has let them down time and time again.
I wonder if they've taken the wrong Jayavikrama off Romario. Tinupa Seneviratne has been playing well. Sudesh didn't play the semi-final, so he's not match fit. But they've gone with their pre-planned substitutions. Sometimes it warrants you just watching how the game is going and maybe changing your plans on the fly. Chanaka Chandimal puts this one into the hands of the dangerous Sujan Kodituaku. Lovely tackle on him. And hands on the ground was the call. Straight over from Chandimal. So you did see him put his hands on the ground, but it didn't really prevent an opposition player from coming to that ruck. And he released, still latched on. I can show you that again. We'll show you exactly where the penalty came.
But even before the referee blew the whistle and indicated that it was a penalty, you can see the police players pointing at the post.
Just watch this one here. Sujan Kodituaku goes in for the tackle, beautifully brought by Janidhi Fernando, and that's where Chanaka Chandimal puts his hands over the player and over the ball. So he goes beyond the ball with his hands, which is what you're not allowed to do. You've got to have strong body position and go straight onto the ball. Otherwise, it will be a penalty. So young players watching, that's how not to give away a penalty when your team is on the go. Make sure that you stay true to the laws of the game. Ravin De Silva bounces this one off his chest, and Chandimal will now try to run it out of trouble. In at scrum half is Surya Dodankura. Lovely little ball out now to Randita Varnapura. Can he do what he couldn't do in the first half? Randita Varnapura, and he's brought down just inside the 22. And the penalty is coming again. Over the ball is Primesh Janushka. What a performance from the little scrum half.
Unfortunately for Randita Varnapura, his pace left his teammates trailing. As you can see, he stepped on the accelerator, tried to step back in, wasn't successful too well, but stepped back in, and once the tackle was made, you can see Primesh Danushka coming in and latching on for dear life.
Well, Shane Hopwood made an important tackle. I'm sure our good friend Riza Mubarak is watching all the way from Canada. He's always said when a fullback needs to make a tackle, it's an important one, and that certainly was. Hopwood made the tackle, but Primesh Danushka to get around and get in a position to jackal this ball. It's a crucial time for a water break as well, as police were a little bit under the cosh. But Ravin De Silva seems to be sparking a few things.
He is known for his pace and agility, and the injection of pace at the breakdown is could be timely for Havelock Sports Club, because unfortunately for them, they have seemed to be lacking creativity and have not been able to unlock this police defense.
He scored a hat-trick in the semi-final, but we've seen Jayatha Rajaratne with his ball, with the ball in his hands, maybe just one time in this game. So that speaks volumes of how Hiranta Pereira and Akash Madhushanka have been just flying up and preventing this ball from going out to the wingers.
Dinupa comes onto the field, and Sudesh Jayavikrama makes his way off. I think that's where experience come in for wingers, when they go looking for the ball rather than staying on the wing and hoping that the ball will come to them.
So a change that we spoke about has now been made, and a nice win in the line out that time by the new man who's come on, Samira Jayasinghe. And another crucial penalty. Havelocks have given away penalty after penalty and have not given themselves a chance to remain in the opposition half for long enough. And Police's defense keeps creating this pressure.
Credit also should go to Police, because when they go into their opponent's half, they somehow manage to hold on to the ball for 5 to 6 phases, and that in turn creates momentum and pressure on the opponent. The score does not read for much telling, but the work Police has done in attack and in defense speaks volumes to the work that Havelocks has been doing.
So another interesting substitution for Havelocks. Charana Chamikara, the experienced Charana Chamikara, comes on in the front row. Mohan Vimalaratne, the Police line-out has been excellent except for that one blemish. Police will be happy to just thump the defenders at close range.
Expect a couple of big shoulders from Charana Chamikara and co. But before that, Havelocks just concede an advantage.
Yes, another silly penalty in a crucial position.
And now I think this will be more in range for Prince Chamara.
Could see Police, they know where they are in the field, Romario, so they're just doing what they need to do to make sure that they milk the penalty. Havelocks are desperate because they are chasing the game. They need to get that ball in their hands, and some of the younger players, Dodangoda and Abdullah Faiz, Janitha Fernando, some of the younger guys are not as patient as some of the older men. So they are really chasing the game. Beshan Fernando makes the sign of the cross, the hooker. Looks to the heavens for Shane Hopwood. And his left foot to put Police beyond one score. And it comes off the posts. And Muhsin Falil thinks a little too long before opting to take route one. And Muhsin has not been great at making decisions at number 12 today. He's delayed a little bit. I think he needs to get his younger runners, guys like Dinupa Seniviratne, the ball early. Chanaka Chandimal and Muhsin Falil have maybe about 20 years of club rugby between them, maybe more. But they need to let their youngsters really step up.
Mithun Hapugoda finds his way entering the fray against his former team, replacing Primesh Danushka. He has had a sublime game, Shanaka.
Yes, he has. Primesh Danushka, he had an outstanding game in the semi-finals as well. And Havelock's restored to 8 men, and Lahiru Tilakaratne still in the bin for police. So Havies will need to make things happen now. Dinupa Seneviratne to Randita Varnapura. And you can see the strength of Hiranta Pereira really creating havoc at that breakdown. He has been outstanding today.
Great defense there by the police backline as well. They drifted out, and as the winger received the ball, you can see them spitting out of the line and going in hard at the winger. And Randita Varnapura unfortunately fell on the wrong side and took a bit too long to place the ball and pay the price for it.
I think he's got himself to blame there. Needed to come in field and create a bit of an angle for that ball from Dinupa Seneviratne. It's very easy inside shoulder defense for police, and now they will fancy their chances, and they're over. Shanaka Harishchandra is the man who dots down, and the ex-police captain, a stalwart of this police team, gets a deserved try in the cup final.
What a fit-in person to get on the score, and what a time to do so. Has he put police and one hand on the Clifford Cup knockout championship? Let's wait and see. But before that, this is a replay. He saw that the maul was going to the side, spotted the timing and just splintered away, and made no mistake dotting down and doubling the Polish lead. And now Prince Chamara from the far touchline with an opportunity to make it 12 points and pile the pressure on Havelock Sports Club.
And the conversion is good. So it's 12 points to nil with 13 minutes on the clock. Police have put one long arm of the law on the Clifford Cup. Can they make it theirs as Havelock's kick off quickly?
What a time to do so by Police Sports Club and their stalwart Shanaka Harishchandra and now Prince Chamara. What a time to put over your first kick in this final.
Havelocks have to throw caution to the wind now. They started this game so well. We're just a couple of inches away from scoring early on. But since then, they've never looked like really troubling this police defense. That's nice work from Shehan Dias. They've missed that defensive competitiveness in the line-out, as police's line-out has really dominated today. Now Havelocks will put their heads down. They've been in this position several times before in the game, but not been able to finish. To make sure they don't knock the ball on, which is what has been their Achilles heel. A ruck is formed, is the call. So with police still a man down, or no, they've got their full complement back. So it'll be 8 on 8 in the scrum.
It's pretty much now or never for Havelock Sports Club. They need a score, and they need it quite fast, because time seems to be running out on them. A little bit over 12 minutes left.
So they've made that change of Charana Chamikara going into the loose head position, and Janitha Fernando, who is no slouch from the back of the scrum. Would really like to have seen him gone off the back there. But Musin Falil ducks his head and goes under the defense of the police midfield. Jayathu Rajaratna popping up from his right wing, finding himself on the left-hand side of the pitch. Here's Janindu. Stays strong in the tackle. Samira Jayasinghe makes a good one though. Ravin De Silva. Nicely held by his former schoolmate, Musin Falil. Abdullah Faiz flying up was Lahiru Tilakaratna, fresh from his little 10-minute rest. Charna Chamikara, and they opt to go the other way. Here's Chanaka Chandimal. And really well done over the ball, but they were in an offside position. Superb work again from Police's Hashan Fernando. Chamikara. Here's Udara Lakshan. Police's breakdown work has been so good that Havelocks need to make sure that they don't give even a moment of daylight for the police to pounce. Almost over the line. Need to place it back. Don't forget that there's no 5-meter scrum now for getting over the line. Ravin De Silva pops it, and now Musin Falil will go in and he will come around under the posts. Again, Ravin De Silva sparking that. He knew that the pick and go was not coming to fruition. And another man who has put in so many hours in this pink and chocolate jersey gets a deserved try in a cup final.
Great bit of play there by the little scrum half. After the forwards went on a few faces, he spotted and picked the ball and just ran a rounded line so that he will be able to throw the pass. And Musin Falil found himself on the end of the pass from Chanaka Chandimal as he just showed and went under the post. As we see the replay here, and on this angle when Musin Falil just showed through the dummy, the defenders were all sold.
There's plenty of numbers on the outside, so it's the two experienced men who combine. Samuel Madhuwantha. What have you done, son? What have you done? He knows, he's got his hands on his head.
How costly would this knock-on be? No pressure whatsoever, just a bit of a miscommunication by the two players at the back. Can see that the chasers were well and truly not even in sight.
Think it might be time for Janit Chandimal to come off the bench, but they want to keep their ace kicker on the field as well, so a real conundrum now for the Havelocks coaching staff. Here's Vihanga Pivituru. He's brought down quickly. And police will be quite happy to do this for the rest of the 8 minutes in this game, if that's what it takes. Picking and going, nice quick ball. Ball presentation is excellent from the police, and that you can see that the ball presentation has created the pressure, and once again Havelocks have milked themselves, have given away the penalty, and police is hammering away. This battering ram approach has almost given them, has certainly given them 3 points, will probably give them 5 if they keep going. The police crowd find their voice. Harish Chandra trying to go in for a brace. Havelocks will have to defend for dear life. Just can't get it under the post. Now they do. And that's a try that will seal the game. Thabit Hafiz has been doing plenty of the dark work in those scrums, in those rucks, in those mauls, and he finally gets a try.
All credit to the police forwards. From the scrum, they kept the ball and continuously went face after face after face, and at the last moment Charna Chamikara was a bit too upright, did not manage to get his arms under the ball carrier, and it was just a matter of diving over for the big prop from Police Sports Club. The conversion is good.
That ball looked a little forward from Akash Madhushan, but referee wasn't in the correct position with the call. Silva wants to run quickly, but you can see Havelocks now know the game is beyond them. And police now just need to manage this game. They've done this very well so far, playing that territorial game in the first 40 minutes. And Hopwood, who's taken over the touch kicking duties, will know all he needs to do is put this into touch and allow his big forwards to do what they do best.
Great game management by police as well. Even though Havelock scored, they did not let it jitter them, and they struck back straight away.
Untidy line out, but well taken by Samira Jasinger. Havelocks have now turned this one over, but police won't mind giving away those penalties at the moment. Taken quickly by Ravin De Silva. Here's the only try scorer, Dinupa Seneviratne. Now the penalties are coming for Havelocks. Havelocks know that they need to run it from wherever they are on the pitch. Mushin Falil met in a strong tackle by Samira Jayasinghe. Chatura Dilshan with a little bit of a neck roll there. Getting away with it though. Here's Chanaka Chandimal. Dinupa Seneviratne passes to nobody and police swarm on it. Ravin De Silva. Here's a ball again that nobody wanted except the police chase, and you can see the big forwards from police still hounding everywhere. And Deshan Fernando and Hashan Fernando, the big lads, were the first men to the ball. Just shows how much police want this cup. Mushin Falil. Chatra Dilshan. Good presentation of the ball from him. Ravin De Silva now. Azmir Fajruddin. Abdullah Faiz, haven't seen him much in the game. Chanaka Chandimal now passes out of the tackle to Dilshan again. Chatra Dilshan steps. Not rolling away is the call to the penalties, coming thick and fast, but too little too late for Havelocks. Police had kept their discipline right until the 75th minute of the game, but now they've given away more penalties in the last few minutes than they had in the whole game probably. Ravin De Silva. Chandimal. Stepping back was Dinupa Seneviratne, still going. Good legs from the young DS player. Abdullah Faiz hasn't had much running to do. Hashan Fernando lying all over that ball. And again the arm comes out for Musin Falil, puts the little chip kick in. What a wonderful little pick up, and Jayatu Rajaratne, watch that left foot play. Kevin De Bruyne take a bow. What an outstanding bit of footwork from Jayat Rajaratne. Looks like they say no try, but no, it is a try.
This is a replay. You can see just swung his right foot out, and from then on quite a bit of luck as well as a bit of skill involved there. And could have seen the police players just asking how long is left, and by the looks of it, time seems to be up. Samuel Madhuanta with the final kick of the game, strays it wide, and that's that.
Police have won the Clifford Cup. Jayat Rajaratne has the final touchdown of the game, but it won't matter because Police have scored 3 tries to 2. And for the first time in 33 years have done outstanding work to win this cup. And our player of the game today, Romario, for that outstanding defense, for a superb try and his game management, the experienced Hiranta Pereira at number 12. What a stunning performance by Police, capping off what was probably their best performance of the season in that semi-final against Sia. They weren't as good today, but they didn't need to be because they won the game, and that's all that matters.
They get the job done here at the race course, and they secure the Clifford Cup knockout championship after 33 years. A long wait comes to an end. Police Sports Club 19 points to 12 ends this game with a win, and the season with a second piece of silverware to their name.
It has been a successful season for them. They're the only one who've won a double. The plate championship in the league, and now the cup championship as well. I think many people thought that Kandy not taking part would have taken a gloss off this tournament, and Sia losing in the semi-finals would have taken the sheen off the tournament, but nothing doing, because this was an outstanding game of rugby. Both teams coming here to really play some positive stuff as we look at the highlights of the second half.
Police Sports Club scored through their stalwart number 6 Shanaka Harishchandra, and the conversion was kicked over rather. Mushid Falil struck back, but with minutes left, Police Sports Club scored their 3rd try of the game through their big forward Hafiz Thabit, and that was pretty much that. Havelock's managed a try through some silky footwork by Jayatu Rajaratne, but unfortunately for him and Havelock Sports Club, that wasn't to be.
Well, as the sun shines down on the racecourse grounds, we can say we've brought the curtain down on a fantastic season of club rugby. A new league champion and a new Clifford Cup champion as well. Just 1 try separating the 2 teams, and 1 conversion in between them, so 7 points, that's all it was. But that try by Hafiz Thabit really made the difference, and it came at a crucial moment, a costly error. We asked how costly that error was going to be, and it was costed the cup. Romario under the post from the kick-off, a dropped ball, and that was the end of that. Our player of the match, Hiranta Pereira, for some brilliant work in midfield, both in attack and mainly in defense, and his partnership with Akash Madhushan really capped off what was a brilliant performance from all the forwards.
Indeed, Shanaka, certainly their attack was good, but their defense was even better. They shot out time and time again and nipped the Havelock's attack in the bud. Jayatu Rajaratne did not touch the ball too many times in the first half and just managed a couple of occasions in the second half. So that shows that the Police defense, their line defense, their 3-quarter defense was on point, and it capped off a superb game for Police Sports Club. secure in them the knockout championship.
Hats off to the coaching staff as well. They knew exactly what they needed to do to win this game, and they executed perfectly. The midfield combination, shooting up and making sure that ball didn't go beyond Musin Falil, thought that was where the game was won and lost. And of course, making the important decisions to kick long and kick often in the first half. And Primesh Danushka also making some telling interventions in defense, really making sure that Havelocks did not get beyond the try line. And an outstanding performance from this police team, and you can see what it means to the police crowd and to the police administration that they walk away with this Clifford Cup. That brings us to an end of this broadcast here, and it brings the curtain down on this club rugby season 23-24 as well. It's been an absolute pleasure for us at the Papare.com to bring this season to you. And from all of us here in the production team, from Romario De Silva and myself, Shanak Amarasinghe, it's goodbye for 2024, and we'll see you at the latter end of this year. But of course, before that, a very entertaining school season to be looked at as well. So we'll see you for all that action on Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel.